Hello, I'm so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Guys, today, this is the season where everybody is baking. I know some people haven't started to bake the black cake yet because it's still early, but today I'm going to make some sweetbread, but this bread is going to be made with whole wheat flour. So I'm making a whole wheat sweetbread for those of you who wants to make it. Now I'm going to show you a quick way to make your bread, a way to make the bread where you don't have to roll, and you know how the old people used to knead the bread and roll and so on. I'm going to show you a quick way. We're not going to go through all of that today, and instead of you getting somebody to bake your sweetbread, I want you to do it yourself. Okay, this is very simple. All my ingredients I have here on the table, and that's what I want you to do. Get all your ingredients together. When I put the recipe up there, put everything together before you get started. It makes life so much easier. So look what I have over here, guys. In here I have 6 cups of whole wheat flour, and to this whole wheat flour I have here a cup of butter that I'm going to add to the flour. Okay, now I have my little handy dandy machine here that is going to help me to to knead this bread, which is much better than me doing it by hand. Okay, so I have this KitchenAid to help me. Now a lot of people don't have a KitchenAid, which is okay, but if you have the hand mixer, you can use the hand mixer to help you to mix up your dough. Okay, so let me get started. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. I'm first starting with this butter that I'm going to put in here. I hope you all are doing well, getting ready for the holidays. I know the holidays, the Christmas holiday is a big thing in Barbados. I know, I used to live there. I know everybody got their house picked down and getting ready to put everything back together. Everybody refurnished their house. You got new curtains, new tablecloth. And we used to make curtains when we were a little girl. Now my grandmother would go buy the cloth and she would cut it out, and we get the needle and we would hem it. You know, I try to teach my kids stuff like that. They're not interested because you can go to the store and buy everything ready made, right? But it was fun. We used to sew those curtains, and then we come wait till Christmas to hang them. It used to be so pretty. So you got the smell of the new curtain, you got the smell of the new tablecloth. If you have linoleum on the floor, you have brand new linoleum on your floor, and then you have your cakes, the smell of your cakes. So all these combinations of smells used to be hitting the nostrils. It was good. That was a good time of the year. It was a good time. I used to enjoy it. I know a lot of you remember that. Okay, so I have my butter. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the butter up with the flour here. But I don't have a lid for this, so when I turn it on, everything goes just flying all over the place. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna put this towel over here just for a few minutes until it settles down, and then I'll take it off. And as soon as it settles down, then it's a little bit better. Okay, but this is how it is, guys. So this is, I am showing you today how to make sweet bread and how simple it is. Okay, if you want to make bread but they get afraid because they gotta, I'm gonna show you, don't need to go through all of that today. You're gonna make a simple bread and it's gonna taste just as good as if you had gone through the old-fashioned way of kneading it. Okay, so now I have in here this butter is all in here, so I'm gonna stop this. Over here, this is what it looks like. This is just my butter in here. So now I'm going to add to that, guys, some coconut. Now guys, if you know me, there's some things I just don't like doing, and one thing I don't like doing is grating coconut. You don't want me grating coconut, because when I grate a coconut, I have pieces of my nail and piece of my skin inside the coconut, so you don't want to eat that, right? So what I do is I go to the Spanish restaurant. I'm sorry. What I do is I go to the Spanish supermarket There's one close over here. And in the freezer section, I find, and let me show you what the packet looked like. Hey guys, let me show you this. When I discovered this, it was like, hallelujah. I found this in the freezer at a Spanish supermarket. And this is grated coconut, okay? So I keep it in the freezer. It is frozen for whenever I'm ready to use it. And this is it right here. Okay, so I don't have to grate it. I don't have to grate my coconut because it is already grated for me. So I'm gonna put in here, this is, ooh, I'm making a mess over here. This is 2.5 cups of coconut. So to get 2.5 cups of coconut, you're gonna need 2 packets, because a packet is about 1.5, I believe, cups. So you would need 2. So I put my coconut in here. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit real quick. I'm gonna put this cloth over here just to make sure nothing comes out of there. Okay, it's settled down. And that's it. I'm gonna stop that. See how quick this is, guys? I'm gonna stop that. And I'm going to use 1 cup of sugar. Now I'm using 1 cup of sugar, but you can use 1.5 cups of sugar. You can use 2 cups of sugar if you prefer, okay? If you want it to be a little bit sweeter, because with 1 cup of sugar, it's not going to be that sweet. So it's up to you, okay? So you can use more sugar, but this is 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to mix this up a little bit in here. Okay. This KitchenAid here I have, I love it because it really does the job, but it is too small. My husband bought me this a couple years ago. Bless his heart. I thank him for it. But it's just that it is small and it does not have a cover. I wish it had a cover. I have to go look for a cover, because I guess you can buy all those attachment pieces. And I keep saying I'm going to buy a cover, but I only remember when I'm about to use it that I need a cover. Okay? Okay, so now I have here, and just remember again, it is optional. Some people like fruits, some people don't like fruits. If you don't like fruits, you don't need to add fruits, okay? I like fruit, so I'm adding this. This is mixed peel, and that's 1/2 cup. I'm going to add that in there. Over here, I have cherries, and my cherries are whole. I'm not cutting my cherries up. I let my cherries like that. This is 1/2 cup of cherries. I'm putting those in there. Get that little piece in there. And this is 1/2 cup of raisins, okay? If you just like raisins, just add raisins. Whatever you like, you add, okay? I have here, this is, I should have added this earlier. I forgot to add this, but I can still add it now. This is 2.5 tablespoons, no, this is 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I probably should have added that a little bit earlier, but as I said, I forgot to add it, which is fine. Over here, I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna add those in there, kind of give it a little flavor, and that's all my dry ingredients. So now I'm gonna put this back on here. I'm just gonna put this cover on a little bit just for it to settle down. That way it don't go. Okay guys, so this is all my ingredients in here. It's settled down a little bit, so what we're gonna do is just mix this up for a while, just to make sure that everything, all those spices and everything goes throughout. Okay, everything needs to be mixed and blended well. So now what I'm gonna do here, I stopped it. This is all my dry ingredients in here. So now I'm gonna add just my wet ingredients. You see how this is? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now my wet ingredients I have for 2 eggs. So I'm gonna break my eggs. So let me break 1 egg and put it in here. Oops, I got a piece of shell. Okay, 1 egg, put it in there. And my second egg, put it in there. And that's that for that. I have here 1 cup of water. Put that in there. I have here 1/2 cup of milk. This is evaporated milk. I have here 1/2 cup of coconut oil. You can use, you know, people using lard. I don't use that anymore. So this is coconut oil I use. And that's 1/2 cup. In here is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that's it. Now another thing that you would add in here along with the vanilla is almond essence, but I thought I had almond essence, but apparently I don't have almond essence. So the old people say when you don't have horse, you're a cow. So we not dealing with almond essence today because I don't have it. But anyway, so now I have everything. So that's it for this bread. I don't need to add anything else to this but to mix it up well. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna cover again 1 more time just to make sure it doesn't end up right. So now it's good, and it's gonna stay here and mix for maybe a good 10 minutes or so. You just gotta make sure you mix it up well, and then from here it's going into my pan and going into my oven. You see how quick that was? I'm done. That's it for my bread. So now the last bread that I did, I showed you the way that the older people did it. The way my grandmother did it is they put some flour, and then you're going to be kneading and kneading and kneading and stuff like that. And that's hard for a lot of people to do. That's still a good way. That's still the old-fashioned way. And I don't ever want to get away from the traditionally old-fashioned way, but sometimes, you know, new and improved, things has changed since then. The equipment that we have today, we didn't have back then, right? So when you know better, you do better. So this is just another way to do your bread. 1, 2, 3. Put this in the oven, and you can go on to your next baking. I will be back as soon as I am ready to put this in the pans and show you how I do it. You know, if you were kneading and doing this, it would be a little bit firmer, right? Because you would be adding more flour to it, and you wouldn't want it to be sticking, so you would it would be a little firmer. But we are doing our bread a little bit different. So now this bread is gonna give me 2 breads. So I have 2 pans here. These pans is already buttered and floured with the same whole wheat flour inside of them. Okay, so now what I'm going to take this and do is I'm going to divide it between the 2 pans. So 1 goes there and 1 goes here. I'm not measuring, I'm just. Now normally if you were making this, guys, you like your coconut, you can stop right here. You can sprinkle some coconut. You left back a little bit of the coconut. You add some sugar to it. You add some nutmeg. You add a little bit of essence, vanilla essence, and almond essence, and maybe a little bit of cinnamon to it, and you mix it all up, the dry coconut, and then you would put it along here, okay? And then you put another layer of the dough on top of that. But today I'm not using extra coconut, and you have a choice, okay? You have a choice. So you would layer your coconut, and then you would go ahead and you would add on top of it. So when you slice your coconut, so when you slice your bread, you would have coconut in the center. And that is always good. I like it that way. But I'm not doing that today. But this is how you make your whole wheat bread, guys. Everybody's baking for the holidays. You see how easy this is? Make yourself some whole wheat bread. If you don't like whole wheat bread and you prefer to use regular flour, just do it exactly the same way, but you use regular flour. Or do it this way, use whole wheat flour. Same thing, okay? And this is gonna give me 2 breads right here. Or if you wanted your bread to be smaller, you can use a smaller pan. You can probably get about 3. And that's it, that's it. That's how easy it is. Now, I have my spoon here. Not my spoon, you know what this is. Listen, I just call everything by the wrong name, alright? My husband is always telling me, that's not what it's called. So I'm just smoothing it out a little bit. Make it look nice in the pan. I'm going to just do the same thing for the other one. Make it look nice in the pan. Just smooth it out a little bit. We're making whole wheat sweetbread, guys. Just and then another thing that the people will do is make it look a little bit fancy. And I'm gonna go like this and make some lines in the bread. See, just like that. Then turn it around and make some more lines. See, there you go. And then some people like to sprinkle a little sugar at the top of the bread. My nephew, who lives in Atlanta, he likes my bread. He likes me to make bread for him, but he's like, Auntie, put sugar on the top. So I put a little bit of sugar on the top, and he'll write me. He said, Auntie, that is not enough sugar. He has a sweet tooth. I don't know where he got that from. He likes a lot of sugar, so you can sprinkle some sugar at the top if you prefer. That's your choice. And then, you know, makes it look nice and glycerin when it's done. But I'm not going to use all that extra sugar, okay? So, but, you know, we all have choices. Make your bread look nice. Like that. And then we're going to turn the bread around again. And making some diamond shapes, and that's it. Voila, that's it. So I'm gonna put both of these in the oven. I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350, okay, and I leave it in there for about 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna check them, and then I'm gonna lower the stove low to about 200 and let them finish cooking. But when I take them out in 45 minutes, what I do is I take a little bit of sugar water and I just kind of brush the top with a little bit of sugar water, brush the top, and that is gonna help to give it a nice golden color at the top. And then in a few minutes after that, they will be done. And I will be back to show you the finished results. Coffee. Coffee to go with my bread. So guys, these are the whole wheat sweetbread. They're all done. I'm gonna go ahead and slice one for you and tell you exactly what it tastes like. It looks good. I'm gonna slice off the bottom part here and put this aside. My husband likes to eat that part, but look at it on the inside. Or let me show you, pick this up and show you that part there. See, you have lots of fruits and so on the inside. I leave that part for my hubby. He likes to eat that part. And now let me go ahead and cut a piece for myself. whole wheat sweetbread. It looks nice and moist. So let's see what it tastes like. Go ahead and taste a piece. Tell you what it tastes like. It is nice and soft and chewy. There's lots of fruits in this one. I mean, I don't know how to show you this. I can just tell you. But it is nice and it's moist. It's good, and it goes well with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I'm gonna enjoy that. Guys, that is really good. It is delicious. If you guys like whole wheat bread, whole wheat sweetbread, go ahead and make yourself one. This is not very sweet. I use 1 cup of sugar. It's not very sweet. But if you like it very sweet, you can add 2 cups of sugar, or you can add 1.5 cups of sugar to make it a little bit sweeter. But this only have 1 cup. It is delicious. This is really great. I know you guys are baking a lot for the holidays, and I know a lot of people bake sweetbread as well. So bake your own sweetbread. You see how simple and easy it was. Guys, I'm so glad you were able to join me today. I had fun making this, and I hope you have some fun making some sweetbread for the holidays. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. If you've watched this video and have not subscribed already, just go ahead and press the subscribe button and just give me a thumbs up. Until next time, bye-bye.